overall, what was missing, if anything?
Overall, as far as the defense, I feel like we executed Coach Bowles' game plan. Only thing I feel like we should have been able to get more sacks and a couple of turnovers. You know, that's what we kind of pride ourselves on, is getting takeaways. So if the offense come out and they struggle early, we kind of get them back in the game, kind of get them going. And I don't think we did that well. But, you know, we end up making up for it, you know, playing hard, you know, and just being sound. And I think that helped us out a lot. But as far as the things that I feel like our defense need to continue doing, that's just dominating and limiting the minimal mistakes, like jumping off sides or PI when we could have had a pick, just little stuff like that. But it was the first game, first jitters. But at the end of the day, I feel like we played well. But I know from the way we practiced today, I know we still know we got more to prove.
One guy that had a good game, obviously, was Carlton Davis. I mean, Michael Thomas only had 3 catches. How much of a luxury is it for you guys to have a guy that can travel with the top receiver like that and kind of lock him up?
Oh, man, that's a luxury because we don't have to worry about him on the back end. And, you know, he give us a little extra time to rush the passer because he's doing his job in coverage, and vice versa. Sometimes he'll get a pick, you know, off us rushing the passer, you know, just hitting Drew Brees as he throw the ball. And, you know, we play hand to hand. You know, everybody know they got a job, and especially on the back end, our whole back end was disrespected this all season, being like ranked the worst secondary. And so we just coming in here to prove ourselves right. You know, everything a lot of people said about the front, the back, you know, we just trying to, you know, erase all doubt and just play the best ball we can week in and week out.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, next is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, Devin, I know not the outcome that you wanted in this game, but you were flying around the football, and it seemed like it was a lot more than just you getting healthy compared to where you were at this point last season. It seems like you're playing with a lot more confidence. What was the difference for you Sunday versus the way you were last year?
I mean, last year, you know, just running around a lot in the off season, traveling to different teams, just, you know, the fatigue and not just being settled in and knowing what's, you know, needed of me and just doing it. I feel like I matured more as a young man, you know, and I did a lot of things right in the off season to lead me to come back and have the best camp ever. And I wanted to build off camp going into the season because, I mean, it's something that I don't plan on playing good every game. I plan on playing great every game. Every time I step out there, you know, I don't want to say, I wish I could have this played back. You know, I want to just do it the first time, do it right. And, man, I look at myself as the best inside linebacker in the game. And I got to go out there and prove myself right, like I said about the defense as a whole. And, you know, me and Levante, we compete very hard to let's see who's going to be the best. Let's see who's going to have the best game. And if I'm competing against a guy like that, there's only good things that can come for me because I know he's going to be on his game because he's been on it for the past 8 years. And I just got to, you know, pass his level and make him come catch me. So it's a fight in our linebacker room on who can be the best and who's going to have the best game. And, you know, I just challenge myself every day at practice. And when I go home, just still working, watching film, doing all the little things.
Troy Aikman and Joe Buck actually said on the broadcast, I thought this was huge. They said the way you were playing, you know, you keep playing like that, you could be Defensive Player of the Year. What does it mean to receive praise like that? I know it's only one game, but still, that's a lot of praise. And also, you know, how important is it for the way you're playing right now to really trust yourself?
Yeah, I mean, that means a lot, you know, just knowing that my hard work, then, you know, it's not getting overlooked. You know, we're getting better games. You know, we're playing great opponents and, you know, I'm playing good ball. You know, I played good ball all training camp long. I've just been ready to just let my light shine, you know, and let the world see that, you know, I'm a great football player. But at the end of the day, you know, that game over with, I got to go out there and I got to do 10 times better the next game. But, man, just being able to trust yourself, you get to play more faster and you just get to go make plays. You feel free and you're just out there having fun. And, like, you know, you're going to get a lot of trash talk, you know, since we finally playing another opponent, like, because I kind of make myself play better, you know, when I'm going at the other team, drawing off and, you know, because I got to back it all up. So, I mean, I'm just thankful to, you know, to have the opportunity to go out there and do what I love doing.
Thanks, Devin.
Okay, next we're going to have Greg Almond.
Hey, Devin, I just want to ask you, an LSU guy, coming up on Sunday, you'll see Joe Brady. What do you expect to see from a Joe Brady offense from your experience?
I mean, I don't think they got much working in together, but I know it's gonna be a lot of downhill runs. He's gonna do some motions just to kind of get your eyes, you know, all over the place. But as a defense, we gotta be sound and we gotta just key our keys if we key our keys that our coaching staff got for us, you know, it's gonna take us to the ball. And you know, we know they're gonna force feed number 22. So every time he get the ball, we got to be 11 hats flying to him and making him feel every run. And once we do that, I feel like we can get him off his game. And you know, the game of playing to Coach Bull's hands, and we'll just get after him all night.
Thanks.
Okay, next is going to be Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Devin, a year ago was the offense having to carry the defense early on in the season when the defense was struggling. Now, a year later, it's kind of flip-flopped. Do you feel like you have to carry things defensively until Brady and company kind of get on the same page together?
Well, I don't feel like we have to carry the offense, but I mean, I truly feel like that the game should be in our hands because, you know, we would make this team go forward. It's always defense winning championship, and that's the mindset. Like, we know we got all those guys over there, but we don't count on those guys. You know, we don't depend on those guys. We want those guys to be able to depend on us, where if anything go wrong, we'll dig them out the hole because that's what we do. That's what we pride ourselves on. And we already know, like, that we the best, and we want to set a standard. We want to play by that standard, and we're just going to keep getting better week in and week out, you know. And it's a mentality you got to have. You know, you can't wait for somebody to praise you. You got to go out there and take it. You got to make them praise you. And that's what we're doing. You know, we want people to talk about us. Like, when you talk about, oh, Tom, they have a great game, talk about how good the defense did and what more they can do, you know, as they continue to get better. Like, and it's just our mindset. You know we got a lot of flashy guys over there, but we're gonna be a lot of flashy guys when it comes to the end of the season on the defensive side of the ball.
There was so much hype and so much anticipation for that first game. Coming away with a loss, how frustrating was that? And how do you flush like a loss like that out of your system? What do you do to get it out of your mind and look on to Carolina?
Oh, it was very frustrating. I grew up a Saints fan, but the minute I got drafted, man, I hate them. It's like, you know, I don't consider them a rival, but I know they're in division, so it really means more. Like, and all I want to do is win. That's what I came here to do. But man, we got a 38-hour rule, and once the 38 hours, we let it go when we build for the next team. But the thing is, we was very prepared for them, and it showed on defense. But we just got to have that same preparation week in and week out, because our mindset is, you know, I still feel like we could have won that game. We gave up too much on the defense. Like, you know, if we limit them to points, you know, we still win the game. So we still didn't execute. So going out against Carolina, we just got to go and we got to play lights out, and that's all that it boils down to. Like, the offense, they can have a bad day in the game. We need to be able to carry the team on defense.
Thank you.
Okay, next is going to be Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Devin, you're a vocal guy and a natural-born leader, but what did it mean for your teammates to vote you a team captain in your second season? And how did you react when you got that distinction?
I don't know. I mean, ever since I got drafted, I talk. I'm friends with everybody on the team, from the undrafted free agent to the 7th-round pick all the way up to the superstars on the team that's making the most money. Because, I mean, I just feel like we all won. We all got to come and go. We all come here, we strap up, and we do the same thing. We work hard. But, I mean, just to be voted team captain, you know, by my teammates, I mean, that's a blessing, because it wasn't just a pick thing. You know, people have to actually see it in you and be able to count on you. And that's the thing that I hold myself accountable, and I know I'm going to do all the little things right. And, you know, it feels amazing, you know, because I really respect every guy in the locker room and, you know, on the coaching staff in the building, because, I mean, without them, there's no me, and it's vice versa. So I'm just thankful. Like, that's been one of my biggest accomplishments so far since I've been in the NFL. I think just being able to be a team captain, and I wear that C on my chest with pride, because, I mean, everybody don't get the word, but, you know, everybody not a leader. You know, you got some great players that are leaders, and you got some of the not so great players that are leaders. So it can come from anywhere, but I'm glad it came from me, because, you know, I'm the quarterback of the defense, and I feel like I make the team go. And I mean, it just shows.
And Devin, you're a fast, aggressive player on a fast, aggressive defense. But can you talk a little bit about what happened on the Alvin Kamara screen? Was it just simply a case of being too aggressive, not just yourself, but your teammates? And just go through that play for me if you could.
I mean, we was in a certain coverage, and I mean, it was a screen. We know when he kind of give jitter stuff that he going across. If you go watch the play, I read it perfectly, perfect. And I was running, and I got cut by a lineman. So I put all that on myself. I got to be more of an athlete. You know, don't get cut by a lineman and go make that play. But as far as my teammates, you know, they was in their coverage. You know, everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. So I just put that play all on myself, because, you know, I got to go make that play, because that was my man. in that situation. You know, we was in a zone that kind of converted into a man, and it had me locked on the back. So I seen him do his legit steps. He never really go through the line like that, and I knew it was a screen. I took off, and I think the center ended up cutting me. So that's on me. I got to make that one.
Great stuff. Thanks, Devin. Appreciate it.
All right, next is going to be Luke Easterling.
Devin, you guys obviously had a lot of success against Alvin Kamara, particularly in the run game. Does that give you even more confidence going into a game where you're going to face a guy like Christian McCaffrey? And how are those two guys similar and also different?
I mean, it don't really give us confidence, you know, that we stopped him. Like we knew going into the game we was gonna be able to stop him. You know, I mean, I feel like he do a lot of great things, but at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, my defense, especially at front seven, I feel like they gonna really get after it in the run game. You know, they really pride themselves on getting knocked back and, you know, telling me all the time, mate, you better come down here, make plays, especially if we're taking on these double teams for you. So it's more of a Bucks D thing that I take more pride in than, you know, what he did. But I really don't think, though. I think those guys are very versatile, but I think 22 is a more downhill runner than 41. You know, he like to get out in space. Like he like to hit the edges, and 22 gonna stick his nose in there and try to get the tough yards. And they both great in the passing game, and they getting force fed by the offensive coordinators because they're great players. And we just, you know, it's just our job to stop them. And really, you know, if coach called my name to be man on man, I know I'm gonna get the job done.
And you talked about, you know, what you guys missed out on Sunday was really the big plays, the sacks, the takeaways. Do you feel like there were moments and opportunities where guys individually had those plays to make and didn't make them, or is it a situation where you feel like maybe the game plan you guys can try to put yourselves in better positions to get after it? Was it just the Saints offensive line having a really good game?
Nah, it's more of their offensive scheme. You know, if you go watch the game, Drew Brees don't hold on to the ball. And when we did get back there, he'll throw it in the dirt. You know, you got to come clean and just beat and just get him. But, you know, we didn't come after him much because we know how fast that he get out the ball. But we do got two great edge rushers and two good inside guys that was getting after them. But at the end of the day, everything was sharp. If you think about it, the longest pass came from Taysom Hill at the end on a fake play to Kamara, like a smoke, and then from Drew Brees to number 7 to 41. So that was their longest pass, and, you know, one of their longest passes. Just think about it, you know. So anything that, you know, they did, we should have made the play. So I mean, I don't really want to give them no credit. I want to just take the credit away from us because we didn't do our job. But at the end of the day, we're gonna do it. Coach Boyle, I trust in every plan that he put together, every game, for us to get after the quarterback, or if he think we need to sit back and make him check it down and just rally and tackle, we're gonna do whatever he want us to do, because that guy right there is smart and he know how to put together a good game plan.
Time for just a couple more. We're gonna go with Steve Isbitz, followed by Rick Stroud.
Devin, you talked in the offseason about feeling physically faster and stronger. Did you feel that translate fully onto the field Sunday?
Most definitely. I feel physically fast and strong every day at practice. I got some plays against the Saints when I came down here, fitting my gap on linemen, tight ends, and, you know, I did a great job, you know. And just when I'm running to the ball, man, I'm always around the ball, so I know my speed has increased. You know, I did a great job in the offseason on making sure my body stayed healthy and just working out and just, you know, doing all the little things right to prepare for this season. And, I mean, I feel like it showed, it displayed, and it's going to only get better during the season.
And do you feel like the roster, the team right now, is feeling the extreme urgency that this Carolina game represents on Sunday?
Oh, every game is a big game. Even the division games are even bigger, you know, because you're fighting to win your division, because that's a for sure spot in the playoffs. So, I mean, every game we're going to attack it the same. Like, ain't no team too big, ain't no team too small. You know, it's just the next team on the schedule, and we got to prepare the same, and we got to go out and get a victory. Because at any given Sunday or Thursday or Monday night, a team that you don't expect to win can win if they go out there prepared and play the hardest and play the fastest and make the less mistakes. So we treat every game the same around here.
All right, the last one's coming from Rick Stroud.
You know, McCaffrey not only runs the ball, he's such a big part of their passing offense. He catches a lot of balls. I remember last year you might have had one breakdown in England against them when you were just coming back. But is that going to be your guy? I mean, do you primarily, are you going to be the guy that has to cover him on passing down?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, anytime he go wide, you know, I gotta go do it, and I want to do it, and I will do it. So, I mean, everybody know, like, that's one of the reasons why I was drafted, to go, you know, man up on those guys. You know, we don't need it. I was watching film, and I think the Raiders was putting a safety on them. I mean, when you play us, it's not needed. Just like when Alvin Kamara went empty, I went out and covered him, and he didn't have no catches. So I'm just going week in and week out. I'm gonna get better. You know, we got fast guys on the scout team right now, giving me a great look, and you know, I'm just playing it honest and playing my technique and just, you know, playing ball and making plays. So that's what I'm gonna do when the game comes Sunday. I'm gonna go make plays, and anytime he line up and empty, if we in man to man, I'll be out there guarding him, and I take pride in guarding him too.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, Devin.
All right.